Hello, and welcome to this introduction to the Cadbury Research Library, where I will explain how you best might use the resources held here. You may well find that material directly relating to the module you're studying is held at the Cadbury Research Library. And you may also find material that could be of potential future use for dissertations or further study. The Cadbury Research Library is home to the University of Birmingham's special collections, which means we care for rare books and archive materials. We hold over 200,000 rare books and pamphlets, with the earliest dating from 1471, an edition of the philosophical works of Cicero. Books or pamphlets will be held at the Cadbury Research Library rather than the main library if they were published before 1900, or if they're unusual or rare in another way. They might be a first edition from a limited print run. They might have fine illustrations or fine bindings, or they could include important author or owner annotations. In addition, we hold around 4 million manuscripts in our archive collections. Archives are primary source materials. They're usually unpublished and often unique. Archives are materials created by individuals or organisations during their lives or their work, and they are later determined to be worth keeping permanently. Archives can be in many different forms, but at the Cadbury Research Library, we mostly hold paper-based archives and photographs. Our paper-based archives might include letters and diaries, official documents such as committee minutes and reports, maps and plans, and research notes. Most archive material at the Cadbury Research Library dates from the 18th to the 20th centuries, but we do also hold some material that is much older. These include medieval manuscripts and books of hours, 16th to 17th century property deeds, as well as the Mingana collection of Middle Eastern manuscripts, which contains items dating back to 2500 BC. The Cadbury Research Library is a purpose-built facility with environmentally controlled storage to protect the collections we hold. Collections are kept in storage to protect them from deterioration or damage, and items are retrieved by members of staff when researchers need to use them. So researchers can't browse the open shelves as you would in the main library, and you have to order what you want to see in advance. You can't borrow items. Items are consulted in our reading room under staff supervision, and our reading room is a quiet study space. We have equipment to help support archives and books whilst you're looking at them. So we have book rests and cushions to support fragile and damaged volumes. And we have weights to use so that you don't have to press down hard on pages to read and make notes from the document. We all follow these basic handling guidelines to ensure that our materials remain in a state to be consulted by other researchers in the future. You currently need to book an appointment in advance. This is because we have limited numbers of people in our reading room at any one time. We need you to email at least 1 week in advance to book your space. And it would be useful if you can provide several dates for a potential visit. Appointments are for one person only, and when you book, you'll need to tell us what you want to see. There are some limits on the amount of material you can view at any one time, but you can always order more items if needed on the day of your visit. We send you confirmation paperwork, including our Access to Archives and Manuscripts form, which covers regulations governing the use of unpublished archives and deals with data protection law as well. From the Cadbury Research Library homepage on the university website, you can click on the catalogues link. This will eventually take you through to CalmView, which is our online archive catalogue. The best way to use our CalmView catalogue is to click on the advanced search option at the top of the screen. You can then use the any text box to search by keyword, or you can use the finding number box if you already know the reference number for the archive collection you want to use. Note that a keyword search may well return a large range of results. It's always important to pay attention to reference numbers. There is a difference between the reference number for an entire collection, which could be a couple of boxes or many hundreds of boxes, and the reference number for a specific section of the collection or a specific item in the collection, which might be all you want to look at. So here is the catalogue tree for the Save the Children archive. The entry that is highlighted is the collection level description for the whole archive, which comprises 2,000 boxes and has the reference SCF. You will need to use the catalogue to delve deeper into the catalogue tree to identify the individual reference number within the SCF collection that you may want to view. So archive collections are catalogued so that connections between individual documents are made clear. And these highlight the context in which such documents were created. Individual documents within an archive collection should be seen as part of the broader whole collection. So archive catalogues can look a little bit like family trees with relationships between documents or groups of documents. The rare books held at the Cadbury Research Library are catalogued on Find It, which is the main catalogue for all books held in all of the University of Birmingham's libraries. From the Find It homepage, limit your search to On the Shelves and select the Cadbury Research Library from the list of all libraries. Make a careful note of what the search results tell you in order to order the correct item in advance. Note that in addition to the shelf mark for a particular book, you may also find some prefixes. These may be a little Q, which stands for quarto, or a little F that stands for folio. And that's important to note because these items are different size volumes and they're stored in separate places in our facility. You may also find a prefix which relates to named collections, and these are discrete units of books that have been retained rather than merged in with our main collection of rare books. You may also find reference to Cadbury Research Library brackets store, and this refers to an off-site store where we hold some of our more recent volumes between 1850 and 1900. Always note that when an item says Cadbury Research Library store, staff here need to go off-site to fetch that item in advance. So this needs recording on your request list as well. And here is an example of some of the search filters that you can use when searching for books on the shelves at the Cadbury Research Library. We're here to help support your time at university and also contribute towards your university experience. So if you have any questions or would like to know more about what we hold and what we do here at the Cadbury Research Library, then do get in touch and email us. You can use the email address to book an appointment or to ask a more general question about the material that we hold. We also offer a reprographics copying service. We can provide you with a one-to-one virtual consultation via Zoom. And we also hold a number of subject and resource guides on various themes, which are available at the link below. Thank you for your time, and we hope to see you at the Cadbury Research Library soon.